Hello from Frozen Frontiers, back at you with another one. This video, we're gonna be going over what I did here. Check this out. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, I'll talk over that, and then we'll talk about Brandon's container, and I'll show you some video on getting that all set up. It's back here, over here somewhere, past the hammock. But yeah, welcome back for another one. I hope you enjoy. All right, so working on the deck. We've got the joists and sidebars laid out. Just need to get them put together. Don't think I'm gonna do a time stop of this one or a time lapse of this one, but got this cleared out, flattened, sand put down on it. So should be pretty easy to get it put together. Brandon's here helping me. Very kind of him to stay an extra day from everybody's vacation. Help me with the deck. I, as you can hear, got sick, so that's great. But yeah, we'll get this deck put together and a little movie magic. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So just to show the progress so far, we've got a couple of the footings on over here. I'm about to lower this, move the chain, lift up the other side. I can probably extend the deck over further, but you know, that might be later. It's kind of expensive to build these, so yeah, just we'll probably maybe put a couple braces between each of the boards if it doesn't feel super sturdy, but so far so good. All right, so we've got the deck here. Just to show you a little bit about what I'm doing here. So we've got the truss coming up. It is fastened to these, the pillar coming up. It's fastened to the trusses. I'm gonna put another fastener here so the outside is secure as well. Then we've got truss braces on every truss, and then on the far truss, just like this. I'm sure that there's more right ways to do this, but I think it'll be fine. It's not a massive deck, it's just 12 by 12, so should hold up fine. I've been walking on it for a couple days and doesn't feel like it's wobbly at all, so I think that we're good. But then all you do is you come here and you can see where the holes are for the screws. Some of them were put in a little bit too far, like that one. They should be closer to like that, but I think that that's fine. I'll move my shampoo and soap. But yeah, let's get this all put together and finished. I'll be right back. Alrighty. So we got all the boards fastened down. It was pretty easy to do. I still need to put some more in. Right now they're fastened down in the middle, all the way down, and on both edges, all the way down. The only one that's actually screwed in properly is this end one, but that's because it's hanging over a little bit. So you can kind of see, it's not resting right up against it, but it's pretty snug in there. And yeah, these are surprisingly easy to put together. So I just need to put some screws in this part here. Flies on my fingers and stuff. But yeah, then it'll be all secured down and fastened in. But yeah, now I've got a deck, so it's pretty cool. I'll stand as far back over here as I can so you can kind of see how big it is. But it's 12 by 12. Not terribly huge, but the plan in the future is to have a little extension, probably about, 4 feet out, that goes just past the window, and then stairs that go up top. Then the whole top area will be another deck that comes all the way over, and there'll be a little private area over here for a fireplace. Yes, that is sweat on my arms. It's hot up here in the sun and on the deck. But yeah, there'll be a little private fireplace over here that has maybe 2 or 3 seats. There'll be some lounge chairs up here, probably a whole covering over top of it. Not like complete covering, but like a pagoda. Yeah, should be pretty good. I'll probably do the same thing down here. So I'll do the posts. The stairs will go down right here to a concrete pad that's on the bottom. Need to build that still. Right now I'm just using a ladder. Just a little step ladder to get down. Leave my shoes down there so this stays nice and clean. It's really easy to clean off too. I just turn the water on. These are the water right now. Just turn the water on and spray it off. As you can see, I just did that. So it feels a little bit nicer out here because it's nice and wet, nice and cool. But yeah, that's the deck. I'm standing on the far corner over here. You can kind of see how big it is. So I'll probably maybe do a fireplace down here. See if this is long enough for one. If it's not, I can always extend it out a little bit. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. But a little bit of a preview of a couple other things that I did. I shouldn't say I on this one because it was a team effort. Brandon and I have started pouring his foundation, his footings. So you come out here, just past the excavator, just past the hammock. You can see that there's electrical lines running over there still, and a water line. I need to finish one of the pillars that we built because it took a lot of concrete to fill up the piers, so we didn't have enough for all of them. But so my barn dominium will be going back there. The road is actually already dug for the whole barn dough, but when I moved all of this stuff out of the way for Brandon's, I needed to put it somewhere, and it just was easy to put it there, so it's in the way right now. I think that's fine. But yeah, right over here will be where Brandon's is. I'm gonna need to try and transplant some trees into right here, keep the area out front kind of private. And then around here, I'm gonna transplant some trees too. So we'll see how that goes. But the pillars, we opted to kind of build our own. So they're not the sonotube. They're just plywood that we nailed together. And this one we had to strap because the nails came undone. The other ones, I don't think that they had a problem at all. But we put these brackets in the tops of them so that when we put the container on it, we can weld the container to the brackets here. That'll help hold the container in place in case there's any ground shifting or earthquakes. So you can kind of see what it looks like down in here. This one has not caved in. Brandon was worried that it would. It hasn't. I don't think it will. It's pretty sturdy. But yeah, I just need to fill this one up with concrete. Got the mixer over here. The other two piers as well. It's really, really easy to do these if you have an excavator and a concrete mixer. But yeah, looks pretty awesome. Well, you got a laser level, so it was a lot easier to make sure that it was level. Yeah, Brandon's view from over here is actually really good. I'll step on top of this pier here and show you. Well, this tree right here isn't really doing me any good, but you can kind of see over there. All these dead trees in here we're gonna take out. Leave the live trees, of course, but dead trees can come out. They're not really doing anything. So, but yeah, down in the valley there's some pretty awesome view. And the sunset, the sun up here doesn't come straight down. Right now, it actually goes like that. So it goes way across the horizon, comes down below the horizon a little bit, and then comes up over there. So that's the path that it takes right now. Right now, I don't really have any nighttime per se. I gotta get down from this pillar without dying. Okay, managed it. So yeah, right now I don't really have any nighttime. It's like the brightest time of the year right now. The brightest day of the year was last Friday. Yeah, it was pretty bright. I think the sun went down at like 12:10, came up at like 3:58. You gotta remember that it's not actually ever dark once the sun goes down, because it's just barely down over the horizon. I'm not really far enough north to never have one of those days that's no sunset. That would be up near Fairbanks, which is about 5 hours, 5.5, maybe 6 hours north, depending on how you're driving. All right, so we got all set up. You can see that in my truck I've got the concrete filling this pier, so let's get to it. Basically all you do is you throw some water into the concrete mixer, throw a bag in there until it gets to the proper sloshiness. I'm sure there's a better term for that, but sloshiness sounds good. There's some mosquitoes, but oh well, I'll have to deal with it. So yeah, let's get to it. I like to make a cut in the middle and then put the whole thing in, punch the middle through, and it comes out a lot easier. At least that's the idea. Without somebody holding this up, this should be interesting. Supposed to be wearing a mask while you do this. I just try and avoid the fumes. Some pretty nasty stuff. Since this all out here is like sand, I'm just not wearing shoes. We want this first one to be a little bit more sloshy so that it fills in the bottom of the mold. So I don't have a stamper to mix it all around and make sure it gets everywhere. So I just rely on the sloshiness of it to cover the whole thing. washy. Hopefully I've got the spot for in the right place. Got really quick to go. A lot of mosquitoes. Looks like that filled up about half of the footing. Then I like to take a look in here, make sure there's nothing stuck to the walls, which there's not. And then put a little bit in the bottom so it doesn't get just stuck everywhere. Helps it mix it out each time. Okay, 2 down, 10 more to go. We didn't nail this one back up, so I gotta put the strap on it. Oh, it's gonna be so close. It's at ground level right now. Dang it, it's so close. That sucks. And at least get this rebar in the right place. All right, give me a minute. I gotta go get the other bag. Well, I was wondering what would happen if I got a phone call or a work alert during recording. Just shuts it off. So that's great. I'll have to remember that. Well, I got it poured. It was indeed just the one bag. It was actually like half a bag. But then we put this thing in here to weld onto the container. I think I mentioned that earlier, but yeah. Now I just need to get everything cleaned up. Got a big pile of bags here. I'll either just burn them or throw them in the trash. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, that's it. We'll get cleaned up now.